And so we say hi again, everybody, or at least we would, except the fact this is our first edition of Coach's Corner. We've got coaches, otherwise we just have a corner. But we're going to be here today talking about some heady days in football here in the Farmington Public School District, joined as we are by the third-year coach of the Farmington Falcons, Corey Soroch. His team is 5-0, joined as well by the first-year coach of the North Farmington Raiders, John Herstein. His team is also 5-0. And when we talk about heady days, that's exactly what we mean. This is the first time in history that both of the schools in the district, the Raiders and the Falcons, have each been 5-0. It's the best start for the Raiders since 1988. It's the best start for the Falcons since, well, last year. Coach Soroch, welcome to our program. Thanks for coming by. You're really in your third year. You've really gotten this program turned around. A playoff appearance last year, won a playoff game. First time that's happened for the Falcons in a long time. And here you are once again, 5-0 to start your year.
Absolutely. First of all, thanks for having us. We appreciate being here. I think this is a really cool thing for the district. Excited to talk with you a little bit about football.
There we go. You've got the veteran team. When I looked at your roster, we did your game here on TV 10 a couple of weeks ago, and you can't help but notice 28 seniors on that roster, and the other 14 guys are all juniors. It's hard to get more veteran than that, and when we were chatting about that, you mentioned the fact this being your third year. A lot of those kids have been with you for 3 years. What's that meant in terms of your development as a team?
I think it's awesome, sort of just to see where we've come from. A lot of these kids that are seniors for us that are playing right now have been on varsity since being sophomores, and it wasn't the best times back then. We weren't very good. We were losing football games, and we were sort of thrown into the fire. Now watching them grow and be seniors and being successful is definitely, from a coach's standpoint, is pretty cool.
How much belief does your team have in itself? Coming off 2 years ago, your first year 3-6, and then last year, as we mentioned, making it to the postseason with a regular season record of 6-3, and then winning a playoff game, and now this year, again as you were last year at 5-0, they got to have a little spring in the step right now.
I think they bought in. They believe in them, but we sort of go one day at a time. We're worried about practicing hard. We're worried about each game we have that week. Just working hard, doing everything we're supposed to do. We don't really look too far ahead. Sort of just handle, each second, each day as it comes to us. So.
Let's meet, you've got outstanding talent at the skill positions. Let's meet a couple of your players right now. Your outstanding running back is Keon Shaw, a guy who, well, as any feature back is going to do, really carries the mail for your team.
Absolutely.
Let's hear from Keon.
It's been great. They fit right in with us. A lot of them went to middle school together, so they have great building relationships. And like meeting new teammates has pretty much been like a good experience for us. We got some very talented kids from Harrison, Miles Hunt, Jair Alexander, just some good players. I think we're on a good track right now.
Tell us about Keon.
Keon is, he's a third-year varsity player. Didn't really get to carry the ball too much last year at running back because we had a 3-year varsity player playing running back last year too. Sort of just waited his turn, been doing the right things. Physical kid. Doing a lot of what we're asking him to do, really bought into the program and what we're doing, and really, brings the pop as a running back. Does a lot of things, real versatile, has really grown over the last 3 years and is doing a pretty good job.
I noticed a couple of weeks ago in your game at IFC Lincoln, you ran for over 350 yards in a single game. Are you a rush-oriented offense?
We're going to do what they give us. We're going to do what the defense gives us. If we think we can run the ball, we're going to run the ball. If we have to throw the ball, we'll throw the ball. So I wouldn't say we're anything oriented. We're just going to, do what's presented to us.
And we should mention on the highlight we just saw that was Keon Shaw carrying the ball, number 1 for the Farmington Falcons. Outstanding play at the quarterback position for the Falcons this year. Max Martin, tell us about him.
Max, a kid who came over from Harrison, played at Harrison last year. Max is sort of a jack-of-all-trades kid. He's a really good football player, but he's got a lot of other stuff going for him too. He's a lead in the play. He's a 4.0 kid. He's got an album that I didn't know about until last week. He's just a kid who can do a lot of things. He's really talented, real mature, nice kid. We enjoy having him around.
I don't know if you can call a high school youngster a renaissance man, but perhaps that's what we're talking about when
Absolutely.
we talk about Max Martin. And let's hear from Max now.
It's been great. Everyone's really nice, especially the coaches and all the teachers. And I got lots of friends that came over from Harrison that just make it feel like home. And then I'm making new friends on the football team. And during basketball workouts. So real nice. I really like it here. So the coaches are amazing. Like my favorite coaches that I've worked under, just because of how young and open-minded they are. Like they really just I don't know, accept every kid for who they are and try to make their talents work with the team. So I really like that. And then, as I said already, like the athletes that we have, like my teammates, like make it a lot more fun and make our coaches a lot happier because they're doing a good job and then the team's doing a good job. So it's a lot of fun right now.
Coach, you get to deal with Max on a daily basis. Dealing with him and kids like him, is that the best part of the job for you?
Yeah, it's cool. All of our kids are different, but they're all really still buying into what we do as a team and what we do, not individually but together. So Max is a cool kid. We got a lot of cool kids. It's been cool to see, the kids who came over from Harrison and the kids we had over at Farmington before sort of mesh. Didn't really take very long, and we're all bought into the same goals. And we're all doing a really good job right now. So.
And everybody seems to have put the Harrison situation behind them, at least from your perspective with the kids that are on the team.
No doubt it happened fast. With kids, they came in, they bought in real fast. They meshed with the kids we had there before really well. Right now I think we're just thinking about Farmington football and who we have in front of us and, what we're doing today at practice and what we're supposed to do, and we sort of take it one day at a time, like I said. And I don't think we're looking in the past, we're looking in the future.
As we tape here this afternoon, you're looking forward to the Avondale game this upcoming weekend. Let's talk about that game coming up and the rest of the schedule. Let's not forget about a matchup in a couple of weeks against the North Farmington Raiders, which is looking to be a pretty exciting prospect right now.
Absolutely. So we got Avondale this week, traveling to Avondale. Got some talented kids, some skilled kids, a couple kids with Division I offers on their team. We played them in the playoffs last year, as well as played them in a close game in the regular season last year in the hunt for a league championship. So they're a good football team. We're taking them really seriously. Can't wait to get to practice today and continue to prepare for them, as I'm sure my kids are feeling the same way.
I think everybody's hoping for two undefeated teams when you play North Farmington here at Highland Field. That's coming up on October 18th. I know it's down the road. You like to play them one at a time. In fact, that's the #1 rule in football, I suppose. But it's kind of hard not to have that in the back of your mind, isn't it?
Definitely looking forward to it, but we got 2 more games before that happens, and we're not thinking about that until it comes. I'm sure that everybody's looking to it, but we got some business to handle prior to that happening, and we got to do that first.
Thank you, Coach Roach.
Appreciate it.
All right. Coach Herstein.
Hi.
How are you?
doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome,
You too.
welcome to the
Thanks,
district.
Rich.
First year coach. Well, I shouldn't say welcome to the district. You were at Harrison, what, 6 years prior to taking over the head job here
No,
at
12.
12.
12 years at Harrison.
Well,
12
it's close.
seasons. Yeah, close. 6. Just double.
Yeah,
it. No big
exactly,
deal. Yeah.
exactly. Well, I'll tell you what. You look at the record, 5-0 for the first time in over 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a feather in the cap right there. Did you expect to be here when camp opened in August? In the first, second week in August, there, did you expect to be 5-0 at this point?
I thought we could compete. I like the team. The kids have trained hard all off season, been attentive, been coachable, all those things that you look for as a coach. And so, I was excited to see what we could do. You're happy to be in this position. About like Coach Corey said over there, it is every day is a growing process. You're just trying to get better.
Well,
So
how much have you grown to this point?
I think quite a bit. And one thing that I've noticed is we continue to get a little bit better each week. They start to learn the program that much more, learn the offense, the defense, the fits, all those things that they need to know for the sport of football. Understanding how the team functions, we're starting to get that a little bit more each week. And so, kind of excited to see what happens this week against Royal Oak.
Let's see if we can see some highlights of the North Farmington Raiders that we've recorded in your games so far this season here on TV 10. We'll have those come up while we continue to talk. One thing that struck me as interesting here. Now, here we've got your quarterback, Jacob Usamra, just on a little rollout here. And I'd be surprised if he's not throwing a Miles Gresham, your outstanding running back, number 23. But in this case, he's not. But we want to talk about both those players. One thing that struck me as interesting is just looking at the statistics so far this point. You've scored 44 points per game, allowed 11 points a game. Coach Soroch and his Falcons have allowed 44 points a game this year. They've allowed 11. Your statistics in terms of scoring and defense are identical, but those numbers, you got to like them, gaudy though they may be. 44 points a game for and 11 points against. I mean, you're playing well on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you're happy to get those points, and you're happy to play tough defense, you know, and we've improved at both those things, though, despite those numbers. You know, I think our defense has improved over the course of the season when you think back to week 1 all the way to where we are now. And even our offense is starting to execute at a better tempo and you know, more crisp execution of the plays.
Well, both schools averaging the 44 points, as we say, and allowing the 11. Both teams outstanding play at those skilled positions. You can, we were talking about quarterback, it's almost unfair. That's the most important part on the field. You can have a great quarterback and still not win, but you can't win without a quarterback who's playing at a high level. And your guy, Jacob Busamer, has been doing that since the first snap this fall.
Yeah, you know, when he started with us in the summer, he picked up the offense quickly. He was there for the 7-on-7s, and you know, he's a really smart kid. You know, high GPA type kid. Loves football. Loves to study it. Will study it on his own. Watches a lot of film. So I think all those things make a big difference for him as a quarterback. And then he's got great talent.
Oh, Coach, the kids from TV10 caught up with him here in the hallways at North Farmington High School, and let's see what Jacob Busamer has to say about his season.
The transition to North's been pretty good. Love the players, love the coaches. Great program. The main difference would probably be the preparation for all the games. The coaches put in an immense amount of time, and all the players are 100% ready to go come game time, which leads to a lot of success.
Jacob Busamer, I think we've got one other highlight of him from week 1 that we had some technical difficulties on our broadcast that night. Brand new equipment, working out very well right now. But we were able to capture one highlight we wanted to show on the program here this afternoon. This may be one of the greatest plays in North Farmington Raider football history right here. All this is. How about that?
Great pass, you know. He's like I said, he's got a good arm, accurate, confident kid. You know, prepares himself, you know, takes to the preparation that we try to put out in front of him. So I think
that was an 88-yard scoring
that
pass.
comes together, yeah.
I just don't think you're going to find many longer than that in Raider annals. I mean, that's a play that's going to live for a long time. And you talk about a pass being on the mark. He totally dropped that right in there to Miles Gresham in stride. You knew at the moment he caught it, nobody's going to catch Miles Gresham.
Yeah. Miles, fast kid, runs track. You know, plays tailback for us some too. And then we go into more multiple receiver sets, he'll spread out. But you know, another kid all in, you know, really taken to the coaching and to the preparation aspect.
And speaking of Miles, let's hear from Miles Gresham.
I played for North Farmington football for 4 years. I'm a 3-year varsity starter. Honestly, I love it. No disrespect to any of the coaches last year. It's just we didn't have the same motivation as we have now. The coaches believe in us, and we believe in ourselves. So the hard work that we put in is actually going towards something in the future.
Coach, same question for you in terms of what you like best about the job, and I've got to assume you get the opportunity to work with kids like this on a daily basis.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely your favorite thing is seeing the development of kids, the player development, both physically, mentally, socially, academically. You know, we've had kids come in struggling academically. You mentor them, you work with them to get them academically ready for college, whatever that situation might be, and both physically too. You know, you train them, you work hard in the weight room, you teach them the sport, get them to understand football. You know, try to prepare them the best you can for their future.
There you go. This week on the schedule on the road at Royal Oak again, we're taping this. We're taping the week of the Royal Oak game. 2 weeks, a week from this Saturday, homecoming against Okemos, and then that game that they are already starting to talk about, the showdown against Farmington. What are your thoughts on your season moving forward now?
So this week with Royal Oak, you know, we're really focused on them. You know, just preparing each day. I often tell the kids it's not about the other teams, it's about our preparation, our execution, how we can improve, and really make that the focus and getting them to understand what the opponent's going to do and how we can react to it appropriately. And then obviously next week Friday with the homecoming game, you know, we'll prepare for that one, much like we do every game, the same type of laser focus and intensity.
We would be remiss if we didn't ask you about how things are working out with Coach Harrington coming over from Harrison High School after a mere 49 years there.
Yeah.
And now serving as one of your assistant coaches.
Yep.
You got a smile on your face.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. You know, I was going to make him earn his bones on JV, but I decided not to. No, he's been fantastic. You know, as integral as ever, I would say. He's as involved as ever. Having him up in the booth helping out with the offense, and you know, I think that's a new perspective from him. It's kind of a neat thought for me to think this man has seen, you know, everything in football. I'd ask him questions. Hey, have you seen this before? Yeah, I've seen this, John. And you know, one thing he hasn't seen is been up in the booth for the games. So this is something new to him, but I think he really enjoys it, and he's able to, you know, pick apart the defenses and see exactly what's happening.
Outstanding. Thank you,
Thank
Coach.
you. Yep.
John Herstein, the coach of the North Farmington Raiders. Corey Saroch, the coach of the Farmington Falcons. I'm Rich Kincaide. I'm the play-by-play broadcaster when we put a game on TV 10. Our next broadcast will be coming up on October the 4th. I'm sorry, on October the 11th. It'll be the aforementioned homecoming game against the Okemos Chiefs. So thanks for tuning in, our first edition of Coach's Corner. We hope to join you with another edition in 2 weeks' time, previewing that showdown between the Falcons and the Raiders. Thanks for watching, everybody.